Hi, welcome to the first of our 4 sessions on welcome. Over the next 4 times together, we're going to look at passages from Jesus' story that relate to welcome. The first one focuses on the abundance of God. When we read in Luke chapter 9, the disciples had returned from a mission that Jesus sent them out to. And he meets with them, and they go, and the crowds notice him. And it says that when the crowds found out where Jesus was, they followed him, and he welcomed them. He spoke to them about the kingdom of God, and he healed those who needed to be cured. It gets late in the day, and the disciples are concerned. It's a large crowd of people. And they wonder, how are we going to feed them? We don't have enough. The disciples have compassion. They're concerned for the crowd, but they know they don't have the resources, or at least they think they don't have the resources. Jesus tells them, you give them something to eat. We couldn't do that. It would cost 200 denarii to feed this whole crowd. Now, a denarii is Roman currency. It's a silver coin, and it's equal to about the amount that a day laborer would earn in a day. So, over 200 days of work is what they estimate it would cost to feed the crowd. That's a lot of money, and they don't have it. So Jesus asks, well, go see what you do have. That's an important detail in this story. Go see what you have. What do you have? We have 5 loaves and 2 fish. And then Jesus takes what they have. And a miracle occurs. Don't look for a scientific or a reasonable explanation for this. This story is a miracle. It's designed to teach us something about God's kingdom, the abundance of God's kingdom. Don't try to explain it away. It'll lose its original intent. When they bring him the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, he takes them, he blesses them, breaks them, and gives them. Does that sound familiar? Why, that's the formula of the Eucharist, isn't it? And in fact, the feeding of the 5,000 is a communion story. It is a Eucharist story. It was understood that way by that early church that gathered around the bread and the wine weekly to celebrate in the miracle of God's presence, to invite God to be with them. Jesus breaks the bread and he gives it. And his disciples distribute it to the crowd. Here they are fed. And we're told that they are filled. God's abundance is overwhelming. And not only that, but at the end there are 12 baskets. There are 12 lost tribes of Israel, broken tribes. And these baskets represent a restoration. When God's abundance is participated in and is shared, there is a restoration of broken community. As we think about this passage, I want us to be thinking, where do we see the abundance of God in our life? And where do we not see God's abundance because we are too concerned about what is possible or what we think is probable? How might we look at ourselves, our resources as individuals in a church, and offer these things so that God may bless them, that the kingdom and the abundance of God might be made known. Thanks for being with me this week. God bless your conversations, and we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.